Money is definitely not the first thing anyone wants to chat about on a first date, well, except to me, or at any point during a relationship. Damona Hoffman is here to share how crucial the money talk is. Let's give her some love. Damona, thanks for joining us. So, she's worked with some Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, as well as Drew Barrymore, that's right, to name a few. We want to talk about money because it is so crucial in a relationship. So, can money ever be part of the conversation on date number one? Like, please speak to my Capricorn core. Like, I would like your financials.
Yes,
and I
so
will give you mine.
You are correct. You can talk about it on the first date. It's going to come up on the first date.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get to, eventually somebody has to pay the bill.
There's a bill.
So I say talk about finances early and often.
Yeah.
We know that money is one of the main causes of marital conflict.
For sure.
So if you don't start talking about money early on, you'll definitely end up talking about it later, probably with more intensity and higher stakes, certainly.
I was saying to the audience, it was something that came up so early in my career with my husband because we were raised so differently, came from such different backgrounds that he was always in scarcity mindset and I was always abundance. And we had to figure out how to meet each other in the middle. So we actually went and saw a professional because I'm like, I know money is the thing that breaks up relationships. We hear about it all the time. So let's get this sorted now so we can be on the same page. And it was a good conversation to have.
Yeah, and it's great that you sought out help when you saw that that was a point of conflict. And I see that money really is a proxy for other things.
Yes.
When couples are arguing about money, usually they're not actually arguing about money. They're arguing about safety and security.
Control.
They're arguing about flexibility, control. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you can use money as a tool to talk about those other things, then you can get it all out in the open. And you know, secrets are really the worst thing for relationships. So using money actually as a tool to have those deeper conversations is a great way to go.
So honesty first. Get it all out there.
Honesty first.
What is your opinion on joint accounts? Do you just put it all in the kitty? Do you like have separate accounts? What do you think about joint accounts?
Well, I believe in a joint budget first and foremost. So as a couple, you're probably sharing a household together, maybe owning property together. So it's important to split up how you are going to allocate your income. And, you know, some couples may decide to split it based on a percentage of income. Some may decide it's a flat amount. But you got to talk about that so that one person doesn't feel taken advantage of, the other person doesn't feel shame. And then the other great thing is that it allows you to live out your relationship dreams when you have these conversations about the budget and what you are saving for. So you visualize what you want to do, then you plan, then you get the tools. So for example, like you want to go on a wonderful couples trip to Europe.
Yeah.
You visualize what are you going to do on that trip? How much is it going to cost? You budget for that. And then you can get the tools that you need, like a WISE account, for example. If you're going to go to Europe, you can have this WISE account it's a global money account that will allow you to send, spend, and hold currencies in over 40 different countries, currencies in one place. So then you can take your WISE account, you can take your WISE card when you go to Europe, and you can spend it like a local, and you can live out that fantasy that you visualized when you were in your kitchen planning for that trip.
Because the anticipation and the planning, I feel like that's half of the trip. You know, like have that fun, that dreaming. You have the dreaming and the anticipation, you have the actual trip, and then you have all the memories afterwards that you're going to keep talking about. So I agree, it's about all of that. Let's talk a little bit about paying bills. So what do you're in a marriage, how do you divvy that up?
In my marriage, we have one joint account, and we both pool our funds there, and then we each have individual accounts that are our business accounts where we can have our discretionary spending. And that's like the thing that you brought up with your husband. When you feel like you want to spend on something, but he doesn't see that as a must do or must spend, then that's where conflict can come up. So both members of the couple want to have some autonomy as well as a feeling of a shared mutual goal financially, and everybody is on the same page then.
Right.
You know how much you're contributing, and then you know how much you have to spend. What my husband and I like to do is we set a threshold amount. So if we're going to spend over a certain amount,
yes,
then it's just a call or text, hey, I want to get this thing. And then we can talk about it instead of somebody spending the money. Because, right, especially if you're dealing with somebody with scarcity mindset, you spend the money and then it's gone. It's like, what are we going to do? I'm not taking it back now.
Right? There are no surprises in our house when it comes to money, let me tell you.
Yes.
All of these conversations happen because he's never going to understand why I need to buy like a $22 lip gloss from MAC. So it's like it has to be the joint account, put the money in, and then we each have our separate accounts. And if anything is an inflated amount, that's a conversation.
Yeah.
So I want to talk like quickly about financial independence because that's got to be important too in a relationship.
Yes, and as I was saying earlier, money is a proxy for other things. And so when we are dealing with our own personal finances, that aligns with our individual goals. So
right.
I fully understand why you need to buy that lip gloss.
Lip gloss, yeah.
Even if your husband doesn't understand, but if you have the financial independence to get those kind of discretionary items for yourself,
yeah,
then you can both live a happy marital life.
That's right, absolutely. And you've been talking about living a happy relationship life for quite some time. You can pick up Damona's book, F, the Fairy Tale, available online and in all major bookstores. Congratulations on this. And Damona's actually going to come back later with more dating advice in the show, so stay tuned.